Hey guys, welcome to Honey and Sugar's Barbecue. I'm Honey,
And I'm Sugar.
and today we're going to be smoking a monstrous bone-in pork butt. This thing is huge. So, we rinsed it. It's been sitting for, about 30 minutes, give or take?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, kind of getting room temperature. I've found that when you rub or apply your rub, it absorbs so much better when you let it get to room temperature. Sometimes I'll do it outside on our table, which you'll see later, with ribs or brisket or whatever the case might be, and I'll just drape a towel over it, and we've had better luck with that a lot of times than using a binder.
Yeah.
Now we do use a binder from time to time, but for the most part, this trick has really came out pretty good.
It really allows the flavor to get in there and adhere to the meat with just having the meat juices.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So by doing this, we haven't done anything to it, haven't trimmed it. I don't think you really want to know. She's usually the one that's more meticulous about it. But all right, so we're going to be using our homemade honey and sugar secret barbecue rub. Been working on it, perfecting it to our sorts for 3-4 years now.
Yeah. Adding and taking away, just seeing what works best with what, and we think we found the perfect one that goes with every kind of meat, no matter what. If it's pork, beef, chicken.
She even uses it in chicken and dumplings.
I do use it in a lot of my inside cooking.
Hence the fact we have to make so much. So, do you want me to season it and then you rub it? How do you want to do it?
Here, since you're better at rubbing it down, I'll sprinkle it on. And guys, you don't have to be, just a little bit goes a long way. No, you really want to pack that flavor in there. You want to get that seasoning on there.
Go ahead and rub it. You'll probably have to add some more. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the rub for hints, but for the most part, here, give me a little dab. Okay, well.
We're gonna make sure.
If you have one that's high in sodium and everything, you obviously don't want to use the whole container on one smoke.
But we keep ours low in sodium because I feel like the salt takes away from the other flavors. Now it does have some salt.
Yeah, we're not scared to use salt, but anyways, you think that's good?
Yeah, flip her over.
All right.
Season it to your liking, however you choose. I like to roll the sides in the extra seasoning. It just
teach them our ways. No, I mean it really helps, and
no waste.
Exactly.
I'm not big on wasting.
No, she's not so sugarish on wasting or having to make more of the rub. Honey always comes through for her. All right, so that's good to go. Do you want to add a little more to there?
Yeah, we can.
Just kind of final dust there.
Yeah, you don't want to add too much.
No, not at all.
But you want to get that nice bark on it.
So after we rub it, we let it sit there and for about 20-30 minutes, let it absorb the flavoring and the seasoning and everything. Let it get it in there real nice and deep. And so whenever you go to put it on the smoker, it's already absorbed inside the meat. All you got to do is just throw heat and smoke at it. Pretty much.
Pretty simple.
So we already got the pit ready to light. Got everything set up a few minutes ago.
What are we using in the smoker today?
So we're going to be using some famous Franklin's
barbecue briquettes.
Yes. And then some new wood chips and wood pieces with a little bit of oak. Put an oak log on there.
and some pecan wood chips.
Yeah, the Papa's
Yeah.
wood chips. Even though he doesn't use this brand, maybe I can get him to venture off and try them. Trying to just kind of use up the rest of this here.
Yeah, just make sure you get it in flaps and creases. You wouldn't believe how much that helps.
Ooh, left some there for the pups.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, well, that's good to go. And ready to go light the pit?
Yeah, let's get you all washed up and head outside. We'll be back.
Alright guys, welcome back. About to throw the pork butt on the barbecue pit here. We're rolling about, I'd say we're just under 275. Got a heavy smoke rolling, so let's get this thing on there. Now, I put it fat side up to let the juices and the flavor and everything before it hardens and caramelizes be able to drip over the pork butt and transfer all the extra flavor and that extra to it and everything else. I'd say probably about the 2 hour mark, I'll probably flip it over and let opposite effect happen and everything else. Are you wanting to rub it tonight or wrap it tonight, Sugar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably be using a butcher paper wrap on it and everything else. I think we're shooting for, hopefully, they typically say about 6 hours. Hopefully this one's closer to about 5. But all in all, internal temperature has to be about 160s. So we'll be spritzing it with a cider vinegar water mixture, about 85 to 15%. So yeah, gonna be out here checking on it periodically and everything else. This is the wood chips that we were using. Well, these are wood chunks along with a oak log. And then, so the chunks are mesquite, and then I grabbed the pecan wood chips to kind of differentiate the flavor, have them kind of mend together and everything else. And of course the Franklin barbecue roquettes. Everything's looking good here. Move it over a little. Added the left. I usually scrape the pit. Honestly, I'm pretty meticulous about that, but we had a bunch of Tender Love and Joy of our last brisket still on there, so I figured, what the hey, we'll let it add to it. So, gonna close it here. All right, guys, coming out here to check. About 300, little higher than I want, but holy. I'll say it's right on time, huh, Sugar?
Yeah. Looks phenomenal.
Yep. Check that fire. Got it going. But yeah, we'll have to throw some wood chunks on there. Gonna spritz in about 20 minutes. It's been about, I'd say about 40, 45 minutes or so. Just wanted to come out here and kind of check everything. See how everything's going. You got it there?
Oh yeah.
Hot rod?
Just moving a lot of the hotter coals up so I can put this wood on. I don't want to put too much because I don't want to create too much heat.
Right.
I definitely want to keep it going.
Doing a fine job. Fine job.
I moved that bigger log kind of more in the middle.
Okay. See how that does.
Time to close her up.
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go get our
Mixture
spritz.
ready.
Yeah, get that ready and be back out here in about 20 minutes. We'll be back with y'all. Back out here, going to spritz the pork butt. Oh my goodness. On the first one, before everything gets a little too, gets a good bark on it or caramelized, I like to kind of get a heavy spritz on there, at least the beginning. That way, locks the moisture in. I think that'll do. Thinking about maybe trying to flip it.
Yeah, I think flipping it would be a good idea.
There we go. Spread this out a little bit. Oh yeah. What you think, Sugar?
That looks freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, HEB.
And that fat is turning yellow just like you want it to let you know it's rendering down perfectly.
Exactly.
Mm.
All right. Well, we're at about an hour mark now. Hopefully about another 3. We started late tonight, but all in all,
Not bad.
it'll eat. So we'll be back with y'all on our next check.
Go ahead.
All right, guys, back out here at the 2-hour mark now. Right at 2:25 here, got a nice smoke going. Let's take a gander here, Sugar. Oh, yes.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. She actually already came out of it for me and spritzed it, so now it's not too hot. Do you want me to?
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at that. I swear my hands are clean, guys. Spritz this side a little bit. So we'll let it sit there like that for about an hour. So that'll be 3 hours, and then wrap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll wrap it and
Wrap
go
it for
from
2.
there. Yeah. Like I said, we're going for a 160 internal, but I like to keep that in mind, but just let it do its thing and close this real quick. Let it do its thing and then wrap it, and when you go to pull it off, check it. Sometimes you got to check it and go by the temperature and everything else, but I never want to stab it in there too early and break all the flavor and juices out of it prematurely. So I don't probe it beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back with you in about an hour. All right, guys, coming back at you here. We just wrapped the pork butt. Still running about 200, 225. So I haven't probed it. I did spritz it down pretty good. We spritzed the butcher paper before we wrapped it, and left a puddle in there for where the meat's actually gonna sit, and then wrapped it all up, kind of like a football. You got it sitting right here in the middle if you want to show them real quick.
Make sure to keep your paper tight so none of the juices flow out. That way it holds all that flavor in there.
And we're gonna leave it on there for about an hour or 2 more and see how it comes out. We're excited. It's looking phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It smells.
We were gonna show y'all before we wrapped it, but figured we'd leave the anticipation up and show y'all after it's all said and done.
Yep, and the fire. Oh yeah, looking really good. I'm gonna add some more wood to it real quick before we head in, and we'll see y'all when we get back.
All right, guys, here we are, about the 4th hour here. Gonna go ahead and check the temperature, see what we got going here. $133.
Okay, so we got about another 25, 30 degrees to go.
You want me to check it in a different spot?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so we're still looking at another 20
Yeah.
or so degrees. We need to kick this fire up a little bit and get it
Back rolling.
Yep.
It shouldn't be too long, I wouldn't think.
No. Let me see what it's doing now.
Hey guys, what's going on? So last night, well, early this morning, I think it was about 3:30, we pulled the pork butt off. I did already cut it, but that was just to check the inside. We stuck it in the oven for a little bit today just to kind of finish everything off, but from what I could see, Sugar, it is looking phenomenal.
Look at that smoke ring right there.
On both sides, the smoke definitely was evenly, for the most part, dispersed throughout, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, I like how it rendered down and it has that glisten to it.
Oh yeah. The top has a nice, not too thick of a bark, kind of like you would do with a normal pork butt with pulled pork and everything. But, my gosh, my mouth's watering already.
It smells phenomenal.
Eat it like a burger? Or? But no, guys, we are ecstatic. Here's an actual piece that I cut off. And you could see
the smoke ring is... Look at that glisten.
I know they say don't squeeze it, but I'll give you a little bit. Man, I wouldn't... Yeah. Could have got it a little longer and been able to pull the bone out, but for the most part, it's ready to. Awesome. I don't know if we're going to pull this one. Just with how it came out, it kind of almost came out more like a brisket. But, you know, sliced...
Yeah.
Probably do it kind of like a sliced beef almost, but yeah, I am ecstatic.
And we have my homemade bread, which I will show y'all in another video how to make the bread and the yeast rolls to make sliced pork sandwiches.
There you go. There you go. I like the sound of that. But yeah, guys, we are over the moon about it. Drop any comments that you might want to see next that we cook or do, or have any pointers or any questions. We're definitely not scared to help anyone. We found out about cooking together and barbecuing and everything, just how awesome it is and how fun it is when you do it with the people you love. So we're definitely not scared to spread the information and the love and everything else. So that'll conclude this video. Like, comment, subscribe, set your alerts.
Share it with all your friends.
Never want to miss an episode. I think she's probably gonna, we got a couple ideas for the next one. But yeah, we will let y'all know. Y'all have a good one. Come back and check out Honey and Sugar Barbecue. Thanks,
Thank you.